This episode of the Hunt Trap Fish podcast is brought to you by Ruff's Custom Carpentry. Look me up on Facebook and send me a message or text or call 269-357-4880 for a free estimate. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the HTF podcast. I am your host, Brent Ruff. Today, just a camp talk, no introduction needed. Life's been pretty crazy around here for everybody. So we just decided to sit down with just the two of us and had a keg left over from our gender reveal. So we definitely sat here and drank a keg the entire episode. So, yep, here we go. Camp Talk 3.
You already did that with the drinking thing.
Yeah, Tyfke came in today being like,
Why? Why do you keep doing that?
who was that?
That was you.
What'd I do?
You smacked your cord.
With what?
Your fucking phone.
Oh. Fuck. Anyway, I just thought it was bullshit that you came in today for a camp talk episode being like, oh, I'm not drinking for a while. Bitch, I have a keg for my gender reveal.
You made me finish my birthday whiskey, but
You're welcome. I mean, I didn't buy you the whiskey.
I know. It's okay.
One of the points on your really screwed up love triangle did.
Dude, fuck. That is not part of this. Absolutely not.
We are not bringing that into this.
That is not, no.
We are not bringing that into the podcast, but I just had to.
So I've already felt like stabbing somebody in the face all day. Don't make the list, Bert.
All I'm going to say is Tyfke's had a very interesting couple weeks, and it's been pretty fun to watch. So
Well, it all came to a head today, so we're all good.
Anyway, awesome. And by the way,
I told you that I knew how to handle the situation, and I was honest and upfront with everyone about everything, and it worked.
honesty is always the best policy.
I told you that. You were all worried. You're like, it's going to go up in flames. I'm like, nah. It only goes up in flames when you try and sleep with multiple people at one time. If you don't do that, you're good.
Well, at one time, like in one sitting, or you have girlfriend A and girlfriend B.
Yeah, that's the bad one. That's the really bad one.
Yeah, you don't do that.
That's not good.
That's fucking PIMP over here. Are you in the love line again? What are you doing?
No, this is my friend over in Detroit. She's buying a new car, and I'm just trying to advise.
Oh, well, why don't you...
Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte.
You're interrupting my podcast. I'm sorry. I am not answering you.
Do you want to explain to everybody why you haven't shot a turkey yet?
Well, you see, I got the opportunity to hang out with somebody that really enjoyed my time, and I chose to not go hunting. Well, I was hunting for something on well, I guess turkeys are two-legged. Fuck, that doesn't work.
You were hunting for tail, but the wrong kind of tail.
I was more successful than I was turkey hunting.
So what happened, man? I mean, like, you haven't been out in a minute either.
I said the ladies in Baroda need to take some advice from the hen turkeys, and one of them did. That's what happened. You mean, why haven't I shot a bird yet?
Right.
Work.
Yeah.
I've been working my ass off.
I get you.
Side jobs, whatnot. I should have made time to get out, but you texted me the other day, and you're like, your season closes Friday. No, it doesn't have till the 31st.
No, that was one of our former guests.
Well, you were thinking ZF. I have ZZ.
Right. Well, he had texted me. He's like, well, my season ends Friday. And I'm like, fuck, was it? Is it that already? Like, I thought it was the whole month, but he must have got the other one.
Yeah, for ZF. Because ZF, you can hunt private and public.
By the way, the car is passing by and my neighbor mowing his lawn. You guys are just going to have to deal with the ambient noise because we're fat and we're hot. So we have the windows open. That's how we roll.
I'm going to be back down below 200 before too long, Bert. I'm going to knock that fat thing right off the list.
Got you a plan? What you doing?
Well, what I'm doing currently is working. I lost 15 in the last 2 weeks, so...
Attaboy.
You know, just work. Don't eat.
Stress.
I haven't been stressed other than today, and you, motherfucker, are the one that always makes me stressed with your sidebar comments. See? You know. You do it on purpose, you dick.
I do, a little bit. I have a real knack for making shit awkward.
And I shared my birthday whiskey with you twice now.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Which the first time was on my gender reveal, which I'm having a boy. I'm having a fucking boy.
I lied to him. I put blue smoke in there. It's coming out with a vagina.
So fucking Like, what?
Chelsea's in on it too. Don't worry.
Chelsea gave me the doctor's little note card. So what we did was they did the ultrasound. They figured out if it was a boy or girl, but they like made us look away when they were at that point. They put, they just marked boy or girl on a check mark deal, put it in an envelope. We gave the envelope to Chelsea, who got a hold of you.
Yep.
So only 2 people on the planet knew what it was until...
3, the doctor.
Oh, yeah, the doctor, too.
4, probably the nurse doing the sonogram,
Facts. That's it, though, right?
I wasn't in the room. I don't know, dude.
Any more people we want to add to the list? But, no, it was crazy. It really sucked not knowing. And then so Tyfke filled up a coffee can with how much, Tanneray? 3 1/4?
It was between 3 1/4 and
which
3
I feel like we definitely could have been a little bit closer. So let me go through the shot, you asshole. So, like, I thought Tyfke was going to come out, like, and I don't know why I thought this, but I thought we were, like, going to go out there and, like, set shit up, like, really set shit up, like, an hour or 2 before. But just the way that, we had over 100 people out here.
Yeah, and then your girlfriend or fiance was like, go set it up now. Okay. What? Bert, what do we do?
What setting it up consisted of was...
almost sliding my truck into the creek.
With people in the back.
Scaring everybody in the bed. It was hilarious.
Mm-hmm. And then I told Tyfke, I'm like, well, so let me back up a minute. So what I was doing was I was shooting the 6.5 Creedmoor I have. And I didn't realize my ammo situation until I opened my box that morning when I was like, well, I just better go make sure this thing's sighted in because how embarrassing would it be if I miss in front of all them people?
It was funny.
Fuck off. So what happened was, so I opened my box. I'm like, shit, I got 7 shots left. And I'm like, well, no big deal. This gun should be sighted in. I just hunted with it. So went down to the creek.
Explains a lot.
Fuck off. Went down to the creek, set up, took a shot, didn't even touch the fucking paper. And I'm like, oh, whoops.
See, explains a lot.
So basically used 5 of the 7 shots, and I got it within an inch. It was an inch off to the right. And I'm like, and no rangefinder. I'm just kind of like guessing, I'm like, well, this is like 80 yards. And I'm like, cool, up and down's good. It's a little bit to the right, moved it 2 clicks to the left, and then left it. I'm like, good to go. Like, I could hit a fucking coffee can. You know what I mean?
I kind of figured it was a 6.5. I mean, up and down, from 100 to 300, they're pretty fucking flat, dude.
Actually, that gun, well, 100, yeah, you're right. But
100 to 300, they shouldn't move much from, 2 inches up and down?
I can't remember if it was 200 to 300 yards or 300 to 400 yards, but before we went out to Wyoming when we were doing the long distance thing,
yeah,
my brother shoots a 6.5 Savage. I have a 6.5 Ruger, and
I have a Ruger as well. I hate to say it, I've always been a fan of Ruger, but I won't buy another one after that.
I love Ruger and I love Savage. I love them both, but the difference was between 300 and 400 yards, or 2 and 3. I can't remember. I'll have to ask him. But Bobby was shooting a heavier bullet by quite a bit. I think I was shooting 129, and he was like 140 or 142, something like that.
Yeah.
And I had a 14-inch drop within that 100-yard distance. He had a 4-inch drop.
Well, it's the same as like a paper airplane, dude. It's your ballistics. You got more weight behind it. It carries more kinetic energy. If your wind resistance is the same, then it's not going to lose as much velocity. It's not going to drop as much. That's the same thing.
So you're saying heavier bullet shoots flatter out?
It doesn't make any sense in your head, but if you look at ballistics charts, that's what I've seen. Like shooting the Barnes expanders, the BZ expander or whatever, out of a 50 cal muzzleloader, 100 grains of powder. A 250 grain bullet has like an 18-inch drop at 200 yards. From 0 to 100 to 200, it's like an 18-inch drop. If you get their 300 grain bullet, it's only like a 10-inch drop.
I wish Greg was done mowing his lawn.
Leave the old guy alone. He lets us hunt across the street.
Speaking
He's
of which,
a good guy.
Hey, quick side note: we almost ran that motherfucker over today, mowing the lawn over here because we own pretty much this whole block. Yeah, love you, Greg. Craig. Hey, he was mowing his mom's down here, dude, and we rounded the corner. Allie was driving the Jeep.
Oh,
and he was not paying attention and like was in the middle of the road, like trying to make a turnaround.
Oh, you're lucky Allie was paying attention.
Yeah, if it was me driving, I probably would have killed Craig.
Well, then there would have been some property for sale, right?
A lot, yeah.
That's terrible.
You're.
I like Craig.
I like Craig too.
He's a good guy.
He's
a good guy. Don't kill Craig. We like him.
He's a good neighbor, just like Zach Carson, who again let me borrow his lawnmower.
Yeah.
Because Heifke has to fix ours because it's broken.
Because I haven't got around to fixing yours. You called me the day before your gender reveal.
No. I wasn't like expecting you to fix it before then or anything. It's like, so this is what happened. My mom, I went to go. We had a giant party planned with a shit ton of people coming out here. So that was Saturday when everybody's coming. It was Thursday, and I'm like, well, I better get this fucking lawn mowed so I can do everything else I got to do. Jumped on our old International diesel, flipped on the front PTO, and it's like the belt's spinning, but barely. And, you know, I'm a pretty handy motherfucker, but I'm no mechanic. Mm-hmm. You know,
I think your PTO clutch is just dickered.
I think so too.
Generally
I think you're right. Because I called Josh, and Josh is like, "Listen, this is the only time you're going to hear me say this, but I know you're not an idiot." So I know you've tried this, you know. I walked him through everything I did, and he's like, "Yeah, I think you're fucked." So I went over. I went over the Carsons. I went over to Zach Carson, and he let me borrow his zero turn again. So awesome fucking dude. Send him your votes in the fall, people. Lake Township Supervisor. Awesome, man, dude.
I'm so happy he's running.
Me too, man. I love Zach. Zach's a good dude. He hung out here for a while. Like literally 100 people out here. Everybody was gone.
I'm pretty sure Zach was still here when I
Dude,
left.
It was 2 in the morning, and it was me, him, and our other Dan Burocek, who owns Omega Tree Service.
Yeah, Dan gave Lauren a ride back up to her car, so she didn't have to walk through the mud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was right about the time of the night that I was like starting to get really foggy as far as memory goes because I had been drinking.
Do you remember me picking you up when I hugged you when I left? Congratulating you on the boy? And then
vaguely.
You proceeded to pick everyone else up when you hugged them? It's a chain reaction. It was funny as hell.
It's funny how that shit happens.
I know, I did it on purpose.
It's like hiccups. Which I did have that night quite a bit. It's like hiccups or like a yawn. That's what I was looking for. Like when somebody yawns and then you yawn.
You didn't have the hiccups. You had the yips from drinking. It's called the yips. Yep.
It was bad.
Don't start. You got the keg sitting right there.
Oh, it's about to go down.
Oh, yeah.
So this keg.
So much for that not drinking thing, damn it.
Yeah, coming in here for fucking camp talk of all episodes, be like, I'm just not drinking.
I had a day, all right.
Like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and get shit faced by myself then.
What's new?
Facts, but I do not.
You just admitted it.
I was gonna say, when was the last time I got shit faced by myself?
I don't know. You usually call me. I'm a good friend, so I come drink with you.
I would say it's pretty rare. Usually when I time went on, it's because I have help. Or some encouragement.
I was going to say, you're the encouragement.
Man, I definitely tied one on last night a little bit.
Your fucking teeth falling apart again, dude?
No, that was just food.
Oh.
That was a bitty piece of your
fucking
sausage.
hillbilly.
That
did not come out right.
I told you about my tooth breaking again last night, right?
Yeah.
More broke off. Fucking sucks.
Well, if you wouldn't have taken a knee to the face.
I know. Funny. So that same dude that broke my face, for you listeners, his mama wants me to come fix some stuff, so it's like, it's a small world. Really cool. Went to go look at that today, by the way. That contractor that was...
Did you pump this yet?
No, I will pump it.
Ooh.
Coming out a little hot?
Sure. Yeah, I mean... No, you're good. I don't want a lot of foam, dude. I mean, I like head, but good head. There's no head on that beer.
You'll be fine.
It's flat as fuck.
It's not flat. Look, there's all kinds of bubbles.
No, I guarantee this is flat as shit.
Well, you know what? It's still fucking free, and we gotta finish it.
Yep.
So we're not only drinking shitty beer that, I mean, Natural Light's not bad though.
Yes, it is.
How is it cold at least?
It's less than lukewarm.
Well, that's a fucking plus. I put it on ice at like 2:30 before I left for that estimate. Which, by the way, I don't know who the fuck... Did you see that paneling?
You mean with all the, like, lag bolts holding it to the wall?
They were drywall screws. They were black drywall screws on top of white fucking paneling. Just no rhyme or reason. Just, like, looked like the thing got hit with a shotgun. And that lady that I'm working for, like, came in and she's like, look, I didn't pay the money to look at that, so you gotta fuck off. Just like I tell Hank. fuck off. And he did. So now I'm there, and I got to fix it and make it look good. But goddamn, if he,
hey, you know what I've learned in the 28 years I've been alive? People suck.
Mm-hmm. Not as much as they should, though. At least not the ones you want, right?
I haven't had that problem recently.
Who am I hearing? I hear a voice. Do you hear that?
Uh-huh.
I think are those microphones picking up Craig?
Yes, they are. Your microphones are too good, Brent.
Here we go. Oh, they're all off. Fuck. No, that's pretty impressive.
Craig, shut up.
Yeah. Can't you see we're trying to record a podcast?
Nah, it's fine. We just edit it out later. It'll be fine.
We'll try. So man, are you like planning on getting out for Turkey like one more time before the season ends, or what are you doing?
I do want to. Actually, last night before we went to Woody's, I put a couple birds to bed, but I had to frickin' work this morning. So they're still out in my field. There were three toms.
I saw a fucking monster in your field the other day, Dave.
I told you, dude. There's one out there he's got like a 14-inch beard that's 2 inches around. He's huge.
Looked like a fucking tube sock coming out of his chest, dude.
That's the one I thought you were calling paintbrush.
Yeah, that is. But it is maybe. This one seemed bigger. Like it seemed longer and just as thick.
Yeah. Sorry, Bert. Didn't we have a competition for the biggest bird?
Yeah, so far I'm winning.
Yeah, so far Allie's winning.
That's fucking true. My bird was only what, 15? I think it was.
I don't
15.
know. I don't know. Your beard was like 3 inches shorter than hers. The spurs were even, and
it was not 3 inches short. She shot like a 10 and 3/4.
No, the overall on hers was like 11. You said yours was like 8.5, 9.
No, it was over 9. It was almost 10. But the weight, like hers was small too. Her bird was only 17 pounds.
That's not uncommon for like a 2 or 3 year old gobbler around here. But that's pretty normal.
I felt with the hooks and the hooks plus the beard size.
You just spent too much time out there that day, so you were like, it's gotta be big.
Hey, what, dude? Those are some giant hooks.
They were only like an inch and a quarter. Not inch and a quarter, like inch and a 16th, inch and an eighth.
Giant hooks is a yeah. So they were giant, but they were good size height.
They were good size
hooks. Because I guarantee you, just weight wise, just guessing, I would say that thing was probably a Jake last year.
Possibly.
Well, because
you see down the road.
Well, my bird,
the genetics are
my bird, which I'm going to get into that story in just a second because that is hilarious.
You traumatized the neighbor's child.
I haven't talked about that yet, have I?
I don't know, but it's worth revisiting.
So we'll get into that in a second. But my bird, I couldn't even keep the fan because the fan wasn't even grown in all the way. Maybe it was the wrestling match that took place where like maybe a couple of them fell out or something. But like after I like fanned it all out, I'm like, this isn't even like a full fucking fan.
Told you were going to shoot a Jake again. Jake and a half.
Dude. All right. So.
He was a Jake and a half last fall.
So Allie's bird, we'll start there. Allie's bird came out with another one. And I'm just going to try to make this as quick as possible. But we had a chance for a double. And there was a big oak tree between us and the birds. And Allie and I were sitting next to each other, obviously. And Allie could see hers. And I'm just like, I knew she was limited on time. And, I don't give a fuck if I kill one. I mean, it'd be cool, but I was using her dad's shotgun. I just kind of took it with just in case we had this exact opportunity. But really, it was, she had the gun that was patterned. We were just kind of, out there for her, more or less. Birds come out. She could see the one in front behind the tree. And I'm trying to tell her to shoot. Just shoot. No, she's trying to wait. I'm like, look, you shoot, and then I'll just lean over, and then I'll try to pop the other one if he's still there.
Bum rush the other and just take a run shot.
Oh, dude, she shot, and she missed the first shot, honestly. And then she racked one and managed to fucking just flatline him. Stoned him, dude. In the second shot, it was awesome. And then, in the meantime, she shot. The second shot was funny because I could hear her as I'm trying to take aim on my bird, because when I went to go lean, it was a little... I kept leaning like he's going to be right there. He's going to be right there. Like, lean back so far, ended up like falling on my side.
Just lay down and shoot it. It's fine.
I was like shooting as I was like rolling on my side. Missed. I had a second shot at him, but that fucking gun jammed.
Short cycled.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
This is why I don't like semi-autos, dude. I
don't like them either.
I had issues with the same thing on my snow goose hunt. My buddy let me borrow his dad's Stoker. I tickled to death. You wanted me to use the gun. Thank you, DJ. I appreciate that more than you know. But I know my Browning. I know my pump is slower than a semi-auto. I don't know that gun, and I had issues with it.
It's reliable. A pump is reliable.
It is, and even when it jams, I mean, I've had issues with the bore not being polished correctly and having to hone it myself and whatnot. And you know, you get a high brass shell in there. Sometimes they jam, but I've got it honed out properly now. Even when that happens, you grab that slide, bam, slam the butt on the ground, and it's all solid wood. It's none of that composite bullshit. It's a good one made from the fucking 80s. Shell comes flying out, rack another one, you're good to go. Keep cycling.
Right.
It's like, it's not like I short cycle and hopefully one racks when I pull it back or get one jammed halfway in there and got to fiddle fuck around with the mechanism on a semi-auto. I'm not coordinated enough for that. I like to be able to beat something on the ground and have it work.
Yeah, no shit. So that one jammed, and I didn't get my second shot. But as I was leaning out to go shoot, though, I heard Allie on her second shot be like, holy shit, I got him. It was a poke, but it was like 30. It wasn't that bad.
30's not a poke. 60's a poke.
Yeah.
30's pretty common.
So fast forward, Allie's got her bird. I went out the next time with Aaron Lenaway. Buddy of ours.
Aaron, we love you, but dude, there's no stalking turkeys through the middle of a open field. I learned that too. It's fine.
Oh yeah. So yeah, when he went stalking through the open field and lost my call.
Also, I love that you actually told Bob that you lost his box call, and then Bob's like, he doesn't have a box call.
No, yeah.
That's my box call.
That was so fucking funny. Because Aaron's like, oh, I feel so fucking bad. You know, I lost your box call. Which the box call was, I borrowed it from my brother years ago and just pretty much, it's just mine.
Borrowed it indefinitely?
Right. Like, he's bought a bunch of slate calls and shit since then. He doesn't use it, so whatever. Well, he lost it.
Now he can't use it.
Coincidentally, so that was the same day. He did that after I sat with him and we had a bird come in. Big Tom. Big fucking Tom. Biggest Tom I think I've ever had in front of me.
Damn.
And the fucker came down. Crazy thing. It was so windy that day. We were watching him gobble and couldn't hear it. And
We've had a couple days like that out here.
Dude, it was nuts. He was only like...
stick their neck out and...
you know what he's doing. You could see it. But he was only like 75, 80 yards out doing it. And you could hear it, but it's only because you knew he was doing it, you know. And he was facing us. Anyway, works his way in, and there was a creek separating us, and there's like a little bridge there. And I told Aaron, I'm like, this is Aaron's first time ever turkey hunting.
And he took a bow. Which I tried to tell him, I'm like, man, like I respect you for that because I tried doing the same thing. And well, you know, the only birds I've ever shot have been with a bow, so
from experience, like it's a bitch. Like it's really tough to fucking kill a bird with a bow.
Yeah, it helps when you're next to a creek and they drown themselves after you hit them.
Well, that and like hunting in the fall too, like an ambush hunt.
Yeah,
like when they're just kind of walking by while you're deer hunting, like that's like they have no idea you're there. But when in the spring, when you're trying to call them in and their senses are on high alert. And they can see so damn good, right? So that was my thing. Like, Aaron, I love you. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, brother, but it was like the dude, he's never been turkey hunting. Like, and I explained it to him, and I thought well enough. Like, they can see so well. Like you have to, like, you cannot move at all. Like when they're coming in, you know. So we saw him. He's gobbling, working his way in slowly, and Aaron's like trying to situate himself. Well, this thing gets to a tree, and I told him, I'm like, he's either going to go right or he's going to go left. If he goes to our right, he's going to be on your side of the creek. We're sitting in the same spot, but he would have a clear shot
right
on the other side. I'm like,
same setup we had. One's on one side, so you know you're set kind of 90 degrees off each other.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, dude, you shoot to the right, and if he comes to the left of the tree, I'm going to take him. Okay. And
yeah, because he's a lefty too, so that works for him.
Yeah, so I was like, this is perfect. Well, it's working in. We lose him behind the tree. We can't see him. Thanks, buddy.
Stop it.
Harmonize.
Just trying to be nice, damn it. Jesus.
We lose him behind the tree for a minute, and then I see him pop out to the left. I'm like, Aaron, he's coming my way. I'm just real soft whispering. I'm like, Aaron, don't move. He's coming my way. Don't move. And the fucker's like, okay. But he was treating it like it was deer hunting. Like you can still get away with stuff, and you can't. Like you have to freeze. And he was like trying to like turn his head so where he could see. And I'm just like, Aaron, stop. Aaron, stop. Aaron, stop. And like, so that turkey got right to the edge of the hill. And I watched his head go from blue to red like that. All I can see was the base of his neck. Thank you. I got it.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah, I got her. All I could see was the base of his neck up to his head. I watched his head turn bright red and then his snoot shrink up. And I'm like, fuck. And like to my best guess, I was like, he's got to be 30 yards. I mean, he was a big fucking bird, so that threw me off, I guess, because I shot knowing that I was like, he's going to bolt, man. He's not going to come any closer. So I shot, and he went face down, dude, like flopping around, and did what you're supposed to do. I got up, and I sprinted towards him to go stomp him out. Dude, I got 3/4 of the way there. The son of a bitch sat up and went, blah, 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 looked at me, and flew the fuck away. Flew away.
You're supposed to pull up and shoot him.
And it, like let's back up a second. All I could see was the base of his neck to the top of his fucking head. It wasn't like I hit a body shot. I hit him. Obviously, I dropped his ass for a second, but like I hit him in the head and neck area.
You know what, dude? I picked up some ducks from Sandra down the road, and she had too many males. They were tearing up her females. She's like, I got to get rid of them. I'm like, okay, well, I'll clean them, whatnot, and get them out of your pen. I'm just kind of doing her a favor. Dude.
What is that? Why was that doing that?
Because you keep smacking your notepad into it.
We're going to move the notepad.
Sounds like a good idea. Son. Sounds like a good idea. Anyhow, I've never seen an animal react like a duck to getting shot in the head. Like, don't have a good way. I mean, it's kind of gruesome. Don't have a good way to, like, dispatch animals that don't have a gas chamber like they do with the freaking chicken plants or whatever you want to call them. So, 22 on the back of the head, pop. Like, hole through the head. It's not connected anymore. Goes straight down. 5 seconds later, motherfucker sits up and starts walking. Like, it's nerves. I know it's nerves, but I've never seen that. Like, your head's not on anymore. It's crazy what they can do. Just nerves. Turtles are the same way. You cut their head off and they will walk back to the pond.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the fucked up part is when you take the leg and throw it in the frying pan and it starts just like contracting and moving and like it's going to crawl out.
It's like when you gut a deer and the heart's still pumping, kind of.
I've never gutted one that soon. Typically, when I shoot a deer, I either hit the heart or it's just done.
No, you know what I'm talking about. A little twitchy. Like when you got it on the table and you're butchering it, and it'll, like, you'll touch it a certain way and it goes. Never had that?
Nope.
Oh, well. I have.
I usually don't clean the heart right away, though. I pull it out of the deer and I throw it in a bag and then it goes in the fridge and I'll either clean it.
At least you're smart enough to bring a bag with you in the field.
Well, it stays in the truck and then I'm fat and lazy, so I drive my truck through the field. Fuck it, I got lockers front and rear. I ain't getting stuck. If I do, I'll get the tractor.
I usually end up at the point where I'm like, fuck, I don't got a bag. So like I'll gut it and have it there and I'm like, well, thunk, and just throw it back in the cavity when I'm driving.
I've definitely had to do that a couple times. I did that buck I shot last year that had the wonky heart that was all like floppy. Yeah. Well, my cousin was like, "You sure you want that?" I'm like, I don't know. I'm not gonna leave it out here. I'm gonna take it home so I can at least look. And we're in the middle of the bean field. You want to carry it for me? Nah, I'll drag the deer instead. I'm like, I ain't letting you drag my deer. All right, threw it back in the chest cavity, fill it back up with blood. Oh well.
So
still made it home and got thrown out. So
the way my memory works, I just remembered that we really got off track because we started talking about the gender reveal shot.
Yep.
So I left my gun 2 clicks to the left, and it should be pretty close to 0. So we get out there, gender reveal day, and there's a shit ton of people out here. And it was bone dry.
So
out
that's
back.
why I did what I did, because there were so many kids and people.
And that's fine. But there was a shit ton of people.
I should have told you.
Well, it rained that day, actually.
Yeah, fucking downpoured that morning.
Up until about 5 minutes before we fucking went out there to set up, it was raining.
It got all sunny and nice and beautiful outside.
It did work out. It got beautiful out. But the problem is there's clay back there. So, like, it was just, oh, my goodness.
You're like, back down this hillside that's nothing but pure clay. Like, okay, well.
There's like 4 of us, 3 of us in the back.
I hear Pete in the bed just... I'm going to stop here before I give Pete a heart attack, because I think he's concerned.
One of my favorite people ever, man. I love Pete. Anyway, so we get out there, and like I'm telling Taiki, like, all right, so I was roughly like where that bush is over here. Like, set it up about there. Like, I'm watching Taiki, like, gets to the bush and just keeps walking. I'm like, shit. Like, either
I didn't realize which bush you were talking about.
He walked like 40 yards past the bush. And I'm like, well, whatever. So I got out there and I'm like, I can still hit it. Like, we'll figure it out. And I didn't look through my scope, I guess. So setting it up was him taking the coffee can and he said, here's a line of duct tape on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hit below the line of duct tape because
you have to hit below that.
Right, because above it it's just the colored powder or whatever.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. So when you set that in the grass that's this tall, and like
Allie said she brush chopped. Apparently she didn't go that far.
She brush chopped, but still brush chopping. It's not like a mow job. I mean, this shit was still 4 inches high.
4 inches is no, dude. That shit was like a foot high over there.
Either way, all I could fucking see of the coffee can from the scope was the line where I wasn't supposed to hit, and then about 2.5 inches, and then nothing, just grass. I'm like, oh well.
Aim at the grass.
Dude, so, again, no pressure, just 2 shots, that's all I got. So if I miss both shots, it's about to get real fucking awkward in here, because it was going to be like, well, everybody stay put, I'll be right back, I gotta get a different gun.
Go grab Allie's 350 and have to shoot it from 50 yards.
What? The 350's not sighted in.
Oh.
I never shot it. Much smart. I should have went and just used that weapon instead of the 6.5, but I wanted to use my 6.5 because
no. So that's the thing. I told you couldn't use that 350 unless you shot it at 50, because at 100 yards. So according to the ballistics charts for tannerite, it said, I thought it was 1,800 feet per second. It said 2,100 is what you have to, unless you get 22 sensitive, which we didn't have. So it had to be moving at 2,100 feet per second. I said 100 when I told Bert, but at 150 yards where I actually put the canister.
Asshole. Fucking asshole.
You were shooting 6.5.
Hey. Not that I don't deserve it.
Yeah, I know you do.
I definitely do, and I know I do.
But
so it's fine.
But beside the point, I shoot the fastest round available for that 350, and at 150, at 100 yards, you don't have the velocity to set that off.
Right.
According to their chart. Now, I have a canister mixed up on my bench in the garage, and I think we should test that.
Mm-hmm.
I've got about half to 3/4 of a pound left from that. I should have brought it tonight with my gun. I know my shit's on.
Shit too. Echoey. But yeah. Fuck yeah. So anyway,
we can go get it when we go look at the deck.
So
just shoot it in the backyard at Rhonda's.
I'm laying in the back of Typke's truck, laying prone, bipod out, trying to get in the zone, right? Got everybody zoned out. Flip the safety off.
Click.
It's like, oh.
That was so great. I just heard Chelsea. He clicked. He fucking clicked.
It was Haley. It
was Haley. Sorry. They're both tiny blondes screaming in the middle of a crowd. I'm sorry.
Haley Hopkins, yeah, she was on my well, she was the one too. She's like, "Are you gonna count the 3?" I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fucking count the 3. Like 1, 2. I'm like, no.
You're gonna hear boom, boom. You're gonna see it.
I can barely see what I'm shooting at, and I have a lot of people behind me and 2 shots. Like, I am not counting the fucking 3. So I shoot, and so I ended up racking one. Shoot, fucking missed, dude. First shot, I fucking missed, and I still don't know how I missed.
You had 2 different grain bullets. That's how.
I did. Because it was the last one I had. Like the first shot I actually took was the one that it was the grainage it was sighted in for.
Oh.
The second one it was not, but it must have been lighter because I feel like I hit low.
I have no idea.
Rory swears to God I hit to the left, and I'm like, man, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like when you're looking through a scope,
he might have seen some dirt fly. I don't know.
Yeah, it's you know how it is, especially from that far. Anyway, so dude, it was funnier than shit though. I miss, and all I hear out of the entire crowd is my brother. Strike!
I love Bob.
So fucking funny, you asshole. And somebody said, "No, baby," which I'm pretty sure was my dad.
I don't know.
Roughs are assholes. We are assholes.
Y'all are a special breed.
I grew up just getting shit all the time and giving it a little bit, but mainly getting shit.
That's how friend groups work. I don't know about the rest of the world, but Southwestern Michigan, all of my close friends, we beat each other down into the dirt until we're about ready to put a gun in our mouth, and then we're like, no, we're kidding. It's fine, buddy. Like, oh.
Like, you're not really.
Then you build them back up, and then you get to do it again. It's a sick, horrible cycle.
It's fucking like
we're fucked up individuals.
No, I know I've been calling you a piece of shit for like the past month, but really,
I love you.
Right, I love you. You're my favorite piece of shit.
You like Mr. Hanky from South Park.
Right. Now this is how you stop being a piece of shit, and then you build them back up, like you said.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what friends are for.
Right. Cheers. Just piss each other off all the time, talk shit.
What do you think this podcast is? Informational on the nights we have a guest and pissing each other off when we don't.
Dude, I moved my jury duty back. How in the fuck do I get chosen for jury duty like twice in 2 years?
You're a bad person.
You would think they want good people for jury duty, right?
Possibly. Maybe that's why I don't get picked.
I feel like it.
Wow, that was real bad. Sorry, I had to knock on wood after saying that. There was no way around it. I'm going to wind up in jury duty next month.
Dude, what the fuck? So anyway.
Yeah, at least you get paid the state minimum wage at $7.45 or whatever the fuck it is now.
Oh, suck a dick. I don't know. Dude. Fuck.
If you need a character reference, just have him call me. Like, no. He is in fact racist. You can't have him on that board.
Listen, I have proof of him talking shit about Asians.
I love you, buddy. I'll lie for you.
Right. Well, what's fucked up is like, I don't fucking understand it. Like I know people that have never been chosen for jury duty ever.
I don't think my brother's ever gotten picked either.
Right. And I got chosen last time, and they asked me. It's weird because the questions change. Like you got to fill out a questionnaire, which by the way I just did today, and I got that letter like I don't know a month ago, and you got like 5 days after you received the letter to like do it. Yeah. Which is, I think if you...
So, fun fact, if you just don't send anything...
I think you're just automatically chosen, right? For that.
No, like, if they... Unless they send a registered letter, they have no proof you actually got your mail. So, I mean, it's messed up, and they can send out a warrant, but if you're like, nope, never got it...
Yeah, true. Which I don't really feel like dealing with a warrant or the police, so I...
No, I mean, that actually happened with my mom. She literally never got her jury duty notice in the mail. And then one night, I had 2 cops knock on the door when I was in high school. And they asked if she was home. I'm like, oh, why? Well, let her know when she comes back that there's a warrant for jury duty for her. And they're like, oh, shit, okay.
So how's a warrant for jury duty even works? That's got to be like a really common thing.
I don't know. It's like a failure to show. And I don't know if it's a fine or jail time or what the deal is.
Because, like, dude, honestly... I know a lot of people that never check their mail, ever.
That's the problem. Like, I've got a buddy I work with that he lives in Indiana, but he has a Michigan address because he has a house up here, and everything he does is in Michigan other than he lives across state line. He gets his mail, like, once every 2 months because he does all of his billing online.
So do I.
So if you don't get that notice, like, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
If you don't know, you can't do shit about it.
But just, I don't know. Just what throws me off is the questions. Like, this time it was.
How did we get on jury duty on a hunting podcast?
I don't know. It's a camp talk.
I know.
There's not a whole lot of show prep that goes into this. Literally, my show prep was driving back from an estimate. I'm like, well, fuck, we got to record a podcast. I better like jot down a couple things to bring up.
Well, I was gonna bring up the fishing you did a couple weeks ago, or this week and last week, whatever it was. You did pretty damn good. You and Allie limited out on bluegill.
Yeah, it did fucking phenomenal.
You two went out to a little lake out by Vandalia. And
not a little lake, big lake.
I know. I looked it up the other day because I wanted to go on Saturday with you. So that's another thing I can touch on. I did what you're exactly not supposed to do. So I went fishing on Monday, and I was going to go down the road here to the state park in Grand Mirror, and it was just like a foot of chop because it's right on Lake Michigan. Super windy.
I've never been down there, so I can't.
I wasn't dealing with it. The lake's only like 4 feet deep, and it was super choppy. It's not worth trying to deal with when it's like that. The fishing's great. If you know how to fish that lake, it's fucking amazing. Big pike, big bass, big bluegill.
Not like Singer Lake, which sucks.
I think
I'll call that lake out by name.
I might have that one licked. I might.
Really?
I might have to take you down. Yeah. I've been talking to somebody whose family members live on that lake, and I think I've figured out how he fishes the lake. He catches his limit every time he goes out. I think I know how he's doing it, but I'm not sure. We got to go try it.
Probably fishing at the bottom.
Well, duh. It's like 30 feet deep.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, I'm taking one of my friends out fishing, and long day at work, didn't prep shit. I've had weeks to do it, and I've just been lazy. Decided that, man, we're going to go to a big lake. I'm going to throw the motor on. Threw it on there. Pulled the cord just to make sure it turned over and it wasn't seized up. Like, we'll get gas at the gas station, it'll go. You know what? I've taken damn good care of that motor, and it was like 5 pulls. Thing fired up, purred like a kitten. I don't know how I got so lucky. It's like the one thing you're not supposed to do. You run that motor before you go to the lake. You did the same thing in yours a couple years ago.
In the river.
Yeah, which is worse. At least I had a trolling motor backup on mine.
That's a fact.
I was like, I just stay in like the bays and the channels. I don't go out in the main lake because Pawpaw's massive.
I want to fish the river like soon. Because I feel like the smallmouth bite should be coming on here pretty quick, yeah?
Dude, we got to get you on walleye and pike. I don't know your issue with buying a bite. You need to get over that shit.
I don't like it. It's not fun.
Suck it up and deal with it.
Wait.
What do you think we're going to do when I drag your ass to Canada after they lift this fucking vaccine mandate crap?
They still got that, huh?
As of yesterday, yeah.
Does Hawaii have one? Because that's where I want to get married still.
I haven't looked at Hawaii, but I thought we were going to St. Kitts. Or Lucia, whichever one is...
I lose track. I really want to go to Hawaii because I really want to hunt axis deer in the meantime.
That'd be nice, but...
You're right about this beer being flat, by the way.
I told you.
Yeah.
We tapped it on Saturday, dude. Is it Thursday? It's Thursday.
Thanks for clarifying that because I thought today was Friday for a minute.
No, it's Thursday.
I really did.
I have to go to work tomorrow. Damn it.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, I got a job I got to do tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to come strip that deck behind my house.
That's next week.
Damn it. Yeah. All right, fine.
I got a paint job tomorrow. Quick, easy money. I didn't do shit today. I was a little hungover.
Yep. You and me both, buddy.
I got a text from Typekey at like, 6 a.m.? Like,
yep.
My fucking head hurts. Which woke me up.
At 10.
Which made my head hurt.
If I have to suffer, so do you.
Like, you fucking asshole. On my new phone.
Hey, I woke up at 5 and my head hurt. I was like, oh, I got to go to work. Damn it. And I had an interesting phone call a little bit later on after that. Thankfully, I wasn't hungover for that.
That would make it... Oh, that's the worst, man. When you're hungover and then got to deal with one of them phone calls, like some damage control from the night before. I know that wasn't what you were doing.
No, yeah, I would say it wasn't even damage control. It was a necessary.
Somebody made a shitty Snapchat.
You fucking asshole. Of course, it's not like I was trying to hide the fact or anything. I just fucking spaced. Because, I was already 6 Jamesons in, and it was like, oh, yeah. And I have service. I probably should have said something.
And my friend's an asshole.
And his fiance was glaring at him the entire time he did it. And like,
Oh, yeah.
Why do you do these things?
I know. I got yelled at this morning. She's like, I kept poking you. All you did was look at me and say, I know.
Oh.
It's fine, though. Everything's fine.
Regardless, it forced a conversation that needed to happen, so thank you. And I don't know if that's the reason or not, but everything got worked out.
See? I'm a brown bottle genius.
No, you're not.
And yes, I am. I come up with all kinds of cool quotes. You quoted me the other day, which was what?
Okay, no, we're not talking about that. No, this is gonna roll into way too much of an off mic conversation. That's not happening.
I just want to say it because I want to coin this term.
Okay, you can say the phrase.
Pussy. It's Robitussin for the broken heart. Store that one away for a rainy day. Anyway, my turkey. So
you're gonna jump back into your turkey?
Oh yeah, right back into the turkey. Unless you got something you wanna add to that.
No.
Are you sure?
I was just gonna say at least you hit the frickin' gender reveal thing on the second shot. I mean,
oh fuck! I never finished that one, did I? Fucking beer.
No, you're ADHD.
Yeah. No, I did hit it on the second shot. It came out blue.
Yep.
Having a fucking.
All I saw was you jump up in the bed of the truck. Yes.
Dude, Allie said that made her cry.
Dude, you were so convinced it was a girl. I almost slipped because Lenaway was like, "Oh, it's a girl." He had you convinced. Everyone did. And I almost went, "Well, at least Aaron's wrong." Because he had a conversation with me about like how she's carrying it, and I had 2 daughters.
Oh, dude, everybody's like, "Look at the size of her tits." She's obviously having a girl. I'm like, what the fuck does that matter? She's always had giant boobs.
That's what I love it when people feel like they know and you can guess all you want, but it doesn't matter. Carry high, carry low, carry wide, carry out. It doesn't fucking matter how they carry it.
No.
There's nothing behind that.
And I'll say this, like, a girl, I still would have been excited. I just want a healthy baby, but dude, when that you
were just like, no horse shows, yay. I know exactly what went through your head.
I mean,
like, this is going to be so much cheaper. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. I don't know about cheaper because hunting can be an expensive hobby.
You give him your hand-me-downs.
Yeah, but, I mean, I'm going to get my kid into that shit early. I don't got many youth model anything.
You don't? Never mind.
Youth bows. I don't got a youth bow. Youth shotguns. What? What are you staring at me like that for?
You buying your kid a shotgun first or yourself?
That's a funny fucking fact that I don't own a shotgun. All the shotguns I have all been like not even given to me. I'm just borrowing them, and I have like 4 of them in my house right now.
Yeah. People are just like, here, take mine.
Like,
so you're like, well, okay, I guess I don't need to buy my own. People just give me shit.
Why buy the cow if I'm getting the milk for free?
That's a different conversation. But we do need to go on like a little gun shopping adventure once you get your child finances taken care of.
Yes, dude. I am so fucking stoked about that, though. Like, the fact that smoke came out blue, and I'm sorry, like, that just made me, like, through the roof excited. Like,
dude, the best part is when Chelsea texted me, and she's like, we're having a little Bert. I'm like, oh, awesome.
Is it?
I had already had the pink and the blue powder, because as soon as you told me that I was in charge, I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to get it both now, just in case. Like, I ain't fucking that up. You know how shipping is on stuff and out of stock crap and whatnot nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So I texted her the day of. I'm like, so you said it was a little Brent. I just want to clarify, you actually meant like it's going to be a boy, like little Brent. And she freaked out. Like, yes, boy, male, penis.
I could definitely see Chelsea doing that too.
Then 30 seconds later went, wait, are you telling me you haven't bought the shit yet? I'm like, no. I was in the process of redoing a wheel bearing on one of my friend's trucks. So I hadn't picked up my phone, and it's like I sent that, and then it sat there, and she was freaking out for like a half hour.
Oh, dude.
I felt so bad. It's like, no, I already have all the stuff. Like, I just needed to make sure I put the right color in there. I didn't want to fuck that up. Like, that's a one and done.
I am impressed the two of you kept that secret. Like, not so much you, because I mean, my ninja. That's why you knew. And Chelsea also, but like, I knew that was tearing her up, man. Because she didn't even tell her husband.
I had so many people ask me. They're like, "It's a girl, isn't it?" And I just smile, like, wait and see.
Roughs don't make girls. We have one. My niece Sydney is the only girl.
She come from the mailman?
Probably. Here, I'll pump.
I think that keg might be emptier than you thought.
It's not emptier than I thought, I promise you. It just takes a while to pump up the pressure. Because there's not much in there.
There's no combination.
Right. And it's flat as can fuck.
See, if I hold it up here, will I get a little head? Kinda. Sounds like you're pissing in the urinal.
Yeah, it does.
It's even foamy like it.
Man, I got poison ivy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks.
Me too, buddy.
Well.
Back of my fucking leg.
Me too. Mine is because I was weed whipping and I was in shorts and I was weed whipping poison ivy like an idiot.
Mine is because I sat in a batch of poison ivy and thorns in mesh camo pants turkey hunting. And I don't get poison ivy. Like, I have to try to get poison ivy. Like, cut it in shit, which, in fact, I did. I cleared a spot to sit, and I sweat my ass off, and I got chunks of the root and the oil directly in the pores in the back of my leg. Probably had something to do with getting stabbed by thorns. Like, it has to be almost injected for me to get that shit.
Jesus.
But when I get it, it's like a couple of really itchy spots. They don't swell up, but they don't go away. They really don't. It lasts like 2 months when I get that shit.
Me too. And it's the same kind of thing, but and then it like slowly spreads. Like not like
mine only spreads if I scratch it.
I know some people that get it in like one spot and then they like swell up and get like they're like retarded allergic.
My cousin's like that. Like if he gets it, you have to take him to the hospital to get a shot. He has to go.
What do they give you? Like a steroid?
It's some kind of steroid. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on what it is because, I just spray brake clean around it and it goes away, but it's kind of hard to do on the back of your leg when you're wearing jeans all day.
So we're gonna get back into your turkey hunting in a minute, but I feel like I need to get that taken care of. I feel like I need to put the wraps on my turkey story though too.
Oh yeah, the one you finally got.
So I shot that one, like I said, right up to it, and it went and flew away.
And then we spent 3 hours looking for it in the rain.
Yeah, because it went up and then down, and where it went down was in like the thickest of the fucking thick shit.
Call it the Thule weeds.
It sucked, dude. So I called Taifke. I'm like, hey, what you doing?
I was sleeping. Mm-hmm. Because I worked that morning.
Mm-hmm. And we had too much fun the night before, if I do remember correctly.
I worked extremely hungover that morning.
Mm-hmm. So then there we are, trudging through the fucking thicket, sweating our balls off, not seeing shit. And so in the meantime, Aaron Lenaway, who was with me earlier, was like, well, there's a Tom across the street where we also have permission. And he was like, can I put on a stalk? I'm like, yeah, take my box call. By my box call, I meant my brother's box call. And so coincidentally,
what's mine is yours and what's yours is mine.
Now, coincidentally, like my mouth call that I've had for years.
So you didn't tell him to take your mouth call? You didn't want to share that?
No.
Here you go, buddy. Just wipe the spit off.
Right. Fuck that. So I fucking...
It looked like the way somebody eats a meat stick.
But I lost it.
I hope she hears that shot. Oh. I know she listens. It'll be funnier than hell. Sorry, Brent. I had to. I've never had somebody stick a tongue out to grab the meat stick before.
Just so we're clear, he's not talking about me.
This is why I didn't want to drink tonight, okay? Oh, it's a spiraling effect.
Anyway, so he's like, should I go put on the stock? I'm like, yeah, here's the box call. Well, me and Tyke walk back up to the house, and here comes Aaron in a bright orange shirt.
Oh, no, stop that. Before we get there, Aaron walked across the street, and we started heading over across the horse pasture. There's a little driveway on the other side of the horse pasture before we get to where the turkey went into these, like, half-grown forest, tule weed kind of meadow area. And Brent walks up and goes, "Son of a bitch, there he is!" Like, that's your decoy. Left his decoy right in the middle of the driveway.
I did. And it was laying down and everything. Dumbass. If I would have shot that son of a bitch, that'd be the second time I shot that decoy.
Okay, now continue. Did you even have your gun on you?
Yeah.
I had mine. I don't know if you had yours.
Man, we both had guns.
I was say, if I shoot it and it dies, I was like, thanks for getting me.
Well, because I
buddy.
wasn't too convinced that he was dead. The fucker got up and flew.
The sad part is it's probably dead somewhere in there and we couldn't find it.
But I don't think that was an irresponsible shot. Do you?
No.
How
far was it? 30?
I thought it was 30, but when I got up and started running, it was like, oh shit, that was more like 40.
Okay, even at 40, like I know my gun can kill a bird at 60.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't patterned it, so I don't know what the pattern is, but like velocity-wise, with my barrel, I know it has the power to kill one at 60.
And I was shooting Boss shot shells they're what?
You were not shooting Boss. Those were the Winchester Longbeards.
No. The original shot was a Boss. I followed it up with the Winchester. No, I did not. No, I didn't. You're right. Those are the ones you gave me, those Winchesters.
Because you ran out of those. You had the...
Because Allie used them up.
Yeah, you had the Boss Toms.
I had the Boss Toms, and we used them up the day before.
I would say, don't be talking shit about the Boss shells.
No, I wasn't talking shit at all, because
the Boss shells are like... they're what, like $55 a box?
Yeah, they're worth it.
They're good to 60, 70 yards.
I have never had a problem out of those at all. Which is why I think I was so shocked. But you're right. No,
you forgot that you had the regular lead.
You're right.
The Winchester Longbeards.
That first incident with Allie's bird, we used up all the Boss shells.
Because, the Boss shells, those are, what are those, like 6s, 7s? Mm-hmm. And the ones
I bought a box of 5 last year, and I used 1 for my bird. So I had 4 left. Allie took 2, I took 2.
That's the funniest part about this whole turkey season to me. I didn't have shells at the beginning of the season. Like, there was 2 or 3 days before, and I ran down and grabbed some shells off the shelf at Dunham's. Just because, there's 10. If I can't kill a turkey with 10 frickin' shells, like, okay, I don't deserve one. You're like, do you want me to give you one? You only need 1 shot. 7 shots later, Brent has a bird. After I gave you 4.
I think I jinxed myself a little bit.
You definitely did.
I got a little cocky because, I'm still pissed about that because that bird was fucking huge.
Well, maybe he's the one down the road.
He wasn't Mr. Tube Sock by any means, but body wise, that was probably a 30-pound fucking bird, man. It was huge.
So that one that I was watching on opening morning behind John's house, my uncle down the street, I couldn't get it to come off the neighbor's property. It knows he knows he's safe over there. But same thing, man. He doesn't have a long beard, maybe 10, 12 inches max, and it's only yay big around.
Mm-hmm.
But just when he flares out, that bird is he's fucking bigger than me.
There's one out at the farm. By hands down, the biggest wild turkey I've ever seen in my life.
Even bigger than Tube Sock?
Yeah. In all aspects.
So if I throw my gun in my truck, can I stop there on the way home?
Yeah, shit, I'll go with you. I'll fish while you hunt.
I kind of want to fish too.
I know. It's hot right now. They are on the beds, for sure.
Yeah. That's why I want to get down to Grand Mere, dude.
Yeah, we should. So I thought that was more of a kayak lake, from what you were saying. Or at least I thought.
It can be in the summer, but right now the weeds are not that bad.
Yeah.
I'll run 6-horse Johnson. I'll run it like a fucking mud motor. It's fine.
Hey, I got to finish my turkey.
Sorry. Get into how you traumatize a neighbor's child with your turkey.
Oh, fucking bicyclers.
See, this is why I hate bicyclists.
You know what? I hate to say it, but yeah.
Like, there are roads with bike lanes.
Dude, quick side note, these fucking assholes, like, they swear to God they have as much right to the road as you do, and they'll actually say that to you.
Do you pay road tax on your bike?
Exactly. Do you plate your fucking bike?
I'm right there with you, buddy. The other thing that bothers me, I don't know what actual, like, pedal bike laws are, but I don't ever see any of them with mirrors on their bikes.
No, because they don't fucking care.
To legally be on the road with my motorcycle, I have to have at least one mirror so I can see behind me. And I have to have, well, I don't have to have turn signals, but they don't use fucking hand signals when they go anywhere. They're just like, oh, we're just going to go in a mob.
Right. And then when you almost hit them, like, I had a dude smack my truck one time.
I'd have got out and beat his ass.
At the time, I was with my ex, and I had her kids in the car, and I was like, all right.
I'm not turn around and look at the oldest boy. You want to see something you're not supposed to do?
Right.
Watch this.
It was pretty close to that. But I was like, no.
Good for you. I'm a lot calmer when I don't drink, so I probably would have done the same thing.
But man, that they're not so bad up here as I thought they would be. But like down in like the Buchanan area, they're like locusts. They're everywhere.
Wait till midsummer, Thursday nights. They all park at a brewery down the road. Well, not a brewery. They park in the parking lot behind it, and then they go get sloshed at the brewery, get their bikes off their cars, ride laps. So that whole parking lot that we're normally in gets even more packed because they, instead of riding their bike from their house to a parking lot to meet up and then go on a ride, drive their cars, take their bikes off, ride around, go to the brewery, get shit-faced, load their bikes back up, and then proceed to get in their automobile and drive home completely fucked up. Makes sense, right?
Not a fan. Anyway.
Oh well, back into your bird.
Anyway,
for the fifth fucking time.
My turkey. So it was the day after, I do believe, that I saw the dude poach that turkey and called him in.
Yep.
Sitting in
Brian Nedaba, again, for
everyone. Brian Nedaba, Nedeoba.
I hope they took your truck, you asshole.
Right. Fucking dick. Anyway, so birds come in. And it was one of them mornings where, like, there was a big group of hens and a big group of toms. And I wish the beard didn't fall off my Jake decoy, because I feel like that... I'm dead serious. I feel like if that didn't happen, I would have had like a 10-yard shot, dude. Easy.
Oh, shit.
Like, all they kept doing was they kept coming out and, like, they're trying to gobble and work these hens. And then they would, like, one would fan out. Then the other one would fan out, like, oh, fuck you. No, fuck you. And then they would, like, kind of beat each other up for a minute. And everything would kind of calm back down. And then they would go chase the hens. And the hens would go back into the pines. And, like, so where I was sitting was where they kept coming out. Zach Carson's house was on the other side of them, and they're like between me and the house.
Didn't he tell you to come sit in the swing set and shoot one off the deck?
That was afterwards, yeah. But he's like, motherfucker, you should have just sat right there. Because I texted him the one night, or I was hunting with you, I think, and I'm like, motherfucker, you might as well just go out and stab one with a butter knife or some shit.
He was washing the dishes, and we're sitting there, and he's like standing in the kitchen window washing dishes, watching the birds on his deck. We're like, open the door and kick one. Send them our way.
What the fuck?
It's like, they need to move another 200 yards. Come on, just kick them off the deck.
So I had one big lone tom all by himself on the far side of the field, and then I had 3 toms here. They were close. And my decoy set up here. House was here. This is for YouTube, not the audio people, because you guys cannot see what I'm doing right now. So, like,
he's making a bunch of weird hand motions.
Right. I'm talking with my hands.
He's a mime.
I'm a meme.
Or Italian, I can't tell.
So, and they would kept coming out, and, like, I would get, I'd fucking lean back, and I had the shotgun all set up. Most uncomfortable position ever, because I thought, like, any minute now they're going to cross that line, I'm going to fucking smoke them. I
don't know. Have you ever had, like, a little heel, like, pressed into the sides of your thighs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That might be the most uncomfortable.
I think that qualifies as the most uncomfortable, but this definitely sucked.
I think you're the most uncomfortable while hunting.
True. Yes. So, waiting, nothing. And they would get to, like, right there where they almost cleared the house and the shed, and then they would go back. Now, I'm so in the back of his house, it's a cornfield. It's not like I'm literally sitting in his backyard.
No, he's got a cornfield around his entire house. He's
Right.
got a little yard, and then the cornfield, dude, it's like an 80-acre cornfield surrounding his house.
Right. So it's not like I'm like I'm not literally in his backyard, but I'm pretty close. You know, like he can see me.
So were you in the cornfield, or were
I was in the pines to the south.
Okay, on the south. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So finally, the last time they finally come out and clear, right? So there's no hens out in the field at this point, and they're looking for them. And I don't know what happened, but they got like halfway to where I could shoot, and like something happened to where they were like, what the fuck? Like their heads all turned red and their snoots shortened up. Not really sure why. That big lone tom was gone by then. And out of the three, the one in the back was the biggest, but he was, you know, obviously like going to be the last one to give me a shot. And the first one had just cleared the shed where I had a clear shot at him, which my guess was 30 yards, 35 yards again. And
You just got to tell Zach, I got a bird, but I shot your shed. I'll fix it, though.
I could do that.
I'll pick the pellets with the wood putty and the paint and all that.
Because he's such a good guy, he probably would have been cool with it. I'm like, all right, it's fine.
Dude, he'd have been like, don't worry about it.
He did.
I shot the shed last week. What are you talking about?
So, but that fucker cleared, man. And I made it, you know, I was like, I need this bird. So I shot the one in front. Shot, he dropped, got up, started running towards him. And now, remember, the first one I shot did the same thing and then got up and flew away. So I'm like running extra fast.
With a bum knee.
Well, at that point, yeah, I still had a bum knee. But I was apparently good to go.
You
because
still have a bum knee. You just don't admit it.
Shut up. So I'm running crossways through a cornfield, like doing the gecko thing, like getting over the... You know what I'm talking about, like flipping your legs up so you're not tripping.
Running like a Chinese water dragon.
And I remember I was like, God damn, I've been running for a minute. Like this motherfucker was not 30 yards away. And I got there and same fucking thing. I got right up to him, like me to you, and he went and looked at me and was like, fuck you, and like tried to hop away. And I kept like trying to, because he was going crossways through the cornfield.
Did you have your gun on you?
Oh yeah. So I'm like, I'm behind him. Shut up. I know where you're going with that. But I'm like trying to get behind him, like stomp his head. I'm like, fuck. And finally, I panicked because now let's back up a second. Because the last time I told somebody to finish off a bird with another shot, Ray Cole put a football-sized hole in the motherfucker. Like picked it up, and I could see Ray on the other side.
I love Ray. He's awesome.
So I was like, I'm not doing that, you know? So I'm like trying to stomp on it, trying to stop it. Couldn't do it. Panicked and said, fuck it. Threw my gun on the ground and jumped on the fucking turkey's back. And then the wrestling match ensued. And I got it, like pinned, like snapped its neck the best I could with my arms, which was basically like me grabbing its head, just like, just violent. Just a really violent situation. Then I stood up, stomped it, out of breath, feathers everywhere, blood everywhere. Turn around to see Zach Carson's daughter standing in the slider window, like 5 years old in her jams, going, what? Like, I'm assuming...
Traumatized that poor child for
I'm
life.
assuming heard the shot and was like, what the fuck was that? So I sent Zach a text after that, like, you know, sorry for traumatizing your daughter. And he's like, I didn't say much about it. So the other night when he was out here, I'm like, seriously, though, I'm really sorry about that. He's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm like, oh. I was like, so...
He probably thought you were standing in the backyard taking a leak.
No. I was like, dude.
Different kind of traumatization.
I told him the situation, and he was like, oh, that's funny. Because she's like, she didn't say shit. I'm like,
strange man just killed a bird in our backyard with his bare hands.
Right, well, I mean, I just let off a 3-inch shell, like, within 100 yards of their house, so I'm pretty sure it woke the kid up. And what was that? Why is there a man in camo sprinting across our field? Why is he jumping on that turkey's back?
Why is that turkey beating the shit out of him?
I got cut up pretty good.
They're angry animals.
Dude, fucking no joke.
As they should be when you're trying to heal them. I understand that.
But Bert got his fucking bird, damn it.
It's tasty, too.
It was like 15 pounds, though.
Felt
a lot heavier than that when I threw it over my shoulder.
You know what? So I can't say like live weight, but skinned and gutted, the last one I got was 12.
So walking around, it was probably about 17, 18.
Something similar to that, probably. Probably pretty close there.
But I've killed, like, most of my birds have been, like, 22, 23.
I mean, that was a with a bow in the fall, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I just felt like, well, Allie's, for instance, I thought that bird was 25 pounds when I was carrying it up here. And we put it on the scale. Remember, we measured, we weighed it like three different ways.
I found out you're actually a fat fuck.
What did I weigh?
197. I never would have guessed.
I'm just stocky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all muscle and dick. And I don't got much dick.
I was going to say, news to me. You keep telling me you're fucking 2-inch Charlie.
Yeah, my nickname in high school was Smalls. So
yeah, well.
Which Aaron Lenaway still calls me.
Apparently Allie's happy. That's all that matters.
Well, she should be. Because, I mean, you know, I made a kid.
That don't mean shit.
That's true. I guess. I was realizing that as it was coming out of my mouth.
You can make a kid with a exterior artillery strike, if you know what I mean. It's like, oops. Sorry.
Just got to get it far enough.
Yeah, just reach the perimeter. Technically, it can happen.
That's a fucking fact.
Mm-hmm.
Spray some shot in the right direction. Eventually, something's going to hit, right?
7 shells, 1 bird.
I am so happy I didn't miss that second shot for that gender reveal, by the way.
Everyone was.
Do you realize how awkward that would have been?
Dude, I would have been like, get out of my truck or give me your keys. I got to go get my gun.
Because with the chaos of everything else going on, brother, I didn't have a backup option. I didn't know what I was going to do.
I know. I was in a rush, too, so I spaced. Like, I was welding your grill back together. I was doing that wheel bearing, and I jumped in a shower real quick before I headed down.
Tyfkey's the man, by the way. I appreciate the fuck out of you.
I know, like, come home from work.
Like, last minute, I'm just like, hey, do you have any chance you can get this fucking grill fixed by tomorrow?
I said, yeah, drop it off at my house, because he was going fishing. And he drops off just the rolled piece. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? I need the whole grill.
It was heavy.
I unloaded it by myself and loaded it by... That's a lie. Lauren helped me load it.
So you're more of a man than I am, apparently.
I'm bigger than you, so I'd hope.
You're taller than me, that's for damn sure.
I'm thicker than you. I think I've only got you by an inch, Bert.
What do you weigh, Tyfkey?
Currently 235 clothed. 3 weeks ago, I was 250.
What happened? Stress?
Not eating.
Because of stress?
No.
Because your love life would be fucked up?
No.
I just dribbled on my leg.
It's karma. No, it's not stress. There's something about, when you go for a while of like, I don't like people. I'm not going to talk to people. I don't want to do anything with people. And then, you do develop a love life. Things happen.
Yeah.
Like, cardio.
Oh, what you doing?
Shut up.
What's your cardio routines?
Off mic. Off mic, Bert. I'm going to take the tap out of that keg if you don't stop.
We're talking about intercourse.
No, it's not that, dude. I've been so busy with work and whatnot, just side jobs. I think I've been down to like half a meal a day. It's been hot. I run hot-blooded. I don't deal with the heat well. If it's above 60, I'm probably sweating my ass off.
Well, you think it'd be the opposite because you're a ginger and you're already going to hell because of that. Like, your body would just be like
hell is not a place. It's a construct inside a Christian's mind.
Whoa. Getting deep.
Yeah, well.
What'd you call it?
It's a construct inside of a Christian's mind.
I like it. Deep. But anyway. You are a soulless ginger, and I feel like...
I'm half. Ask your fiance. She cut my hair and went, it does just stop at your beard. I'll be damned. She said it's strange how, like, right at my sideburns, and it's just, like, blonde.
Where everybody can see, because Tyfkey always wears a hat.
Because I'm fucking bald, Bert.
You're not all the way bald.
Balding.
Right.
severely.
So I learned today I have gray hair on my chest. I got a lot. A lot.
You might know that if you didn't shave it like a little bitch.
Motherfucker. Does this look shaved?
Okay, well, this is going on YouTube, so you should probably not do that.
Oh, it's embarrassing. But I felt like I needed to prove to all the other dudes out there that I don't shave my chest. I have. I trim it from time to time, but like, this is 2 inches of fuzz right now.
Good Lord. Welcome to Camp Talk, ladies and gentlemen.
But I don't shave it like all the way down.
Definitely did down in Virginia. Got way too hot when I lived down there.
All the way down, though, that gets itchy. I've done that. I've done that a time or two. Right. Like when I was in high school, that's when I used to take it all the way down. Because when it grew back, it was, I swear to God, 3 times as thick. Like Wookie.
That's why I quit. Also, I'm lazy, and, you know, it's not as hot up here as it is down there.
You know why we have that, by the way, right?
Why?
So we can tell wind direction, because we evolved hunting naked. Say that one away for a rainy day.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
I'm serious.
You know why there's so if we're talking about random bullshit, and this is camp talk, so, you know, bars are related. The foot step around the bar for where you sit on the bar stool and you place your feet up there, you know why that's there?
Something to do with spurs.
Nope.
What?
So back in 1800s, when all the bars opened up and everything, there were no bar stools. It was standing only. If you're allowed to put one foot up, it relieves the pressure off your lower back. You'll stand there longer and drink more.
Interesting.
So it is for your feet, but it's actually for your foot.
Why didn't they have stools?
Because you can fit more people at the bar that are standing.
How long ago were we talking?
I'm thinking 1800s, if I remember correctly. We can call Bob Freeling and ask.
Oh, that's where a little bit came from. Old Freeling. Good guy.
Great guy
for us.
Fantastic guy.
Great guy. I did make some notes here. Do we have anything else to talk about, Josh? You haven't killed a turkey yet.
I haven't killed a turkey yet.
It's depressing.
I'm planning to get out this weekend, hopefully. I don't think I have plans this weekend. Other than, you know, I have family in town from the UP and Wisconsin and possibly Colorado, but I don't think they're here.
You guys are doing like a shindig for Memorial Day down there.
Yeah, but I don't know. You know how I feel about family.
I feel like it was 2 episodes ago you talked shit about your entire family on this your podcast.
No, so here's the thing. If the one comes in from Colorado, the 2 cousins I have in Colorado, I love them to death. They're awesome people. The one in Wisconsin, I haven't seen her in years, but she's also fantastic. I've never had a problem with her. And then we get into my family that I have, like, I don't have issues with, but, like, I can only take so much of certain conversations.
Small doses.
Don't want to.
There's a lot of people like that in my life where I can take, but I got to take in small doses.
Huh. I just want you to know that, yep, I'm going to leave that alone. That's an off-mic conversation as well.
Fuck, I just thought about something to bring up and I forgot.
I want to know how you guys did so well bluegill fishing, like 50 fucking gills. Y'all weren't out there that long.
That lake is badass. It's easy to fish. It's big and there's a lot of them. Cause everybody goes out to that particular lake for bass because I'm going to say this and everybody listening is going to know exactly which lake I'm talking about, the locals, but the limit is 10 inches.
Oh, okay. So there's a lot of good eating size bass out there. Because I've caught, so if I go down to Grand Mirror and I pull one that's more than 16 inches, it's like, yeah, take a picture, throw it back.
I'll eat them.
No. You don't understand. It's shallow and it's warm.
Ooh, mushy.
Yes. All the weeds and everything, they get like a muddiness to them when they get that big.
There was so the crappie that we took out of that lake, I mean, I kept them, but like those fillets sucked.
Dude, I noticed that. So I went up to Cadillac area last year on a little fishing trip with my buddy Vern at work because we couldn't get into Canada. We usually go up to Canada every single year, go out for a week in September, just hammer the fuck out of walleye, smallmouth, northerns. It's a great time. You're 12 miles from the nearest town, and by town I mean there's 38 people that live there. It's a fucking campground with a convenience store and a bar hooked together.
Yes.
Uh-huh, yep. There's a pool table too. You'd love it. That's why I want you to go with. But anyways, we're on provincial ground back there in Canada, and dude, you can't beat it. Like, you take your truck down a 4-wheeler trail and set up camp. It's fucking amazing.
I like it. So my brother just got back from Montana. I think.
Oh, wait. I'm going to sidetrack you before I forget about where I went. Because we were talking about the crappie not being great. So we went to, what was the name of the state park? Higgins Lake. And up in Higgins Lake State Park, like, Higgins Lake is huge. It's super deep. It's 140 feet. There's trout in it. We didn't have the right shit. You got to have, like, downriggers and whatnot and drop shot and stuff. And we're out there for walleye. We were going to troll just like we did in Canada. So we hopped over to St. Helen, I think it was. Second day. The last day we went to Marguerite. Marguerite was the best lake, but I think it was St. Helens we went to the second day. And these are all up there around Cadillac, Gaylord area. They're 3 like fairly good sized lakes. St. Helens is kind of like Grand Mere. It's only like 10 feet deep, 12 feet deep. It's got 3 lakes hooked together. But the main portion where we were at, most of that lake was 5 foot or less with a ton of weeds. So we're up there, and there's bass, there's pike, there's bluegill, there's crappie, there's trout. No, there's not trout. There's perch. Perch is the one we couldn't find. Perch and walleye were what we couldn't get. But I start throwing Rapalas just to see if I can get a bass, just, some 3-foot diving crankbaits and whatnot. Because we're used to either trolling for walleye or picking up gills on bobbers when we go on trips and we're trying to eat fish. But when we got up there, I caught 1 bass. Then we started throwing bobbers, catching bluegill and whatnot. And I figured, okay, well, we're going to go spot to spot. I'm going to throw some shit out and troll. I started picking up crappie on like fucking 6-7 inch Rapalas. I'd never had that, where you're trolling like it's a 3 treble hook crankbait picking up crappie and bluegill.
Damn.
Yeah. I've never seen that. But we filleted these fish out, and everyone talks about, like, fishy. It's fishy. And I get that on certain fish, but we actually had, like, the crappie were fishy. We made fish tacos with them, and I'd get 1 bite, and I'm like, that doesn't taste right. So I'd pull that fillet out, and, like, you can kind of tell, which ones were bigger and smaller. If you're the one that filleted it, you know what's what. Like, well, that's a crappie fillet. It's like, I'll be damned. When they're in warm water, warm, shallow water, I don't like crappie, dude.
Yeah, no, that's...
Cold water, they're my favorite fish.
That's why a lot of people I know that target crappie do it
in the winter. Ice. Yeah.
Because they're good that way. And I've also heard, like, if you catch them in the summertime, though, and you, like, so I'm sure I'm like most people, like, when I do fish fillets, I put them in a quart bag, fill it with water, freeze it, So I would think, and I've heard this from people, like, if you take crappie fillets like that and then freeze them like that, it, like, kind of tightens them up.
It might. So I wasn't worried about the mushy, but it changed the flavor.
No shit.
Yeah. So the lake water was pretty warm. That was the fall. The
water has a lot to do with it. Like, I remember when we were in Wyoming and my brother caught this giant fucking rainbow. It was like a 17-inch rainbow out of a pond over there. But pond caught rainbows compared to stream caught rainbows, dude, it was disgusting. It tasted like mud. And rainbows are good.
That's what I found with the crappie up there. Like the bluegill and the perch, because I think we got one perch. We were trying to find schools and we just couldn't. We got one of them. The next day we went to Margreeth and we definitely found them there. But out there at St. Helen, it was just, man.
Just killer.
No, I mean, it wasn't. We did decent on fish. We caught quite a few. We didn't take home a 2-person limit or nothing, but we had plenty of fish to clean and make fish tacos for 2 people.
Well, the lake I'm talking about, we need to head out there soon.
So, what do you...
Me, Allie, you, and your flavor of the week.
Somebody?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I love you, buddy.
I'm currently obligated to take 6 people fishing.
How many of those are female?
3. 3.
3.5?
No, 3.
Okay. I'm trying to think of who the dudes are.
I was trying to remember if I had 7 or not, but no, it's 6.
Well, either way, we need to head out soon because that lake is fucking on fire. It just sucks. It's like an hour away. I'm doing a job out that way here.
So that's the problem. So if you want to go, I can hook my boat and take it down to work, and then I'm halfway there.
To where I'm talking?
Yeah, dude, straight down 12.
Yeah, but it's a long way down 12.
I know it's a long way down 12, but I'm already down in Bucktown when I work. That cuts like 20 minutes off the drive right there. Rather than coming home, picking my shit up and going.
Yeah, it does. But that's but we can talk about this off mic, I feel like, but just quickly, that's a lake where I feel like evening in a boat our size is not good because you're going to get fucked up because of the wake. Because there's a lot of speedboaters out there, jet skiers and shit.
I've had mine in 4-foot waves. It's fine. Bilge pump keeps up.
Look, me too. Me too. And I don't have a bilge pump. I just got a little John boat with a fucking 35-pound thrust trolling motor, which I thought was a lot more. I thought it was a 70. I took Ron out from Connie's the other day, and he was like, "It says right here it's 35." I'm like, "Where did you see that?" He's like, "It says it right here on the top."
The big numbers on top.
And I'm like, "Ron, I feel like a fucking idiot because the guy I bought it from, I didn't buy it actually. He gave it to me, but he told me it was a 70-pound thrust."
Stop playing with your mic cord, dude. You fucking Italians playing with your goddamn hands. Just talk with my hands over here.
I am not Italian.
You should be with the way you talk with your fucking hands.
I do like pasta.
Everyone does.
Everybody loves sketty, right? Some fettuccine.
Bert is now 6. He says sketty. Sketty and meatballs.
Fuck, what do you call it?
Spaghetti. Spaghetti.
You sound like a fucking communist.
Don't you call me a communist.
Ginger fucking communist.
You see how often I give you venison now.
Oh, man, that's rude. I appreciate that sausage earlier, by the way.
Oh, that's a polite way to say that.
What? You gave me a piece of sausage when you came in.
Yeah, I share that with a lot of people.
Man, this got really weird.
Oh, sorry, Bert.
Try to... Jesus Christ.
Where are we at time-wise right now, buddy?
We're at 1 hour and 31 minutes, which tells me that we've been recording for, definitely over an hour, because there was like a half hour or 15 minutes of bullshit.
Shooting the shit before we got started.
Mm-hmm.
All the things we weren't supposed to talk about that were, on the YouTube video now.
Which, at least there's going to be a fucking YouTube video this time, Type Key.
Dude, I clicked it like 5 times, and I couldn't get the red light. You didn't say shit.
I'm going to say, it wasn't really your fault.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
I should have been paying attention.
It was definitely like, click, pause. Why does it say pause? Click it again. Okay, it doesn't say pause. But there's no light. Click it again. Oh, it's paused. What the fuck? All right, let's click it one more time. All right. Must be recording. I don't know. Wrong. Definitely wrong.
Quick side note, didn't realize we had 2 boot mugs, though, until today, which is impressive. I don't even know where the fuck these came from.
Not me.
I can guarantee you they came from my fiance because I would never come home with a pair of boot mugs.
Yeah, that definitely seems like a horse show western kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Which the boy thing, awesome. Because I feel like if he's going to get into the horse thing, we got rodeo, we got gaming. But they go real fast. So I feel like there's still hope if she wants to get him into that.
I don't know anything about that shit.
I barely know anything about that shit. But I'm going to tell you this, Tacky. When you go to a pleasure horse show, when I say pleasure, there's no pleasure for anybody watching because it is the most boring thing.
You mean like
in your
Buchanan Westerners?
Well, I just anyway.
Probably shouldn't call that out by name, but
we'll bleep that out. But it's anywhere. You know, it's the pleasure scene is like you really got to be into the horse scene to appreciate it, man. It's like I go because my fiance makes money on the shit. Like she's a trainer. And people pay her to be there, and I help out, and I support her. But I swear to all that is holy, if she wasn't a trainer...
Nope. No way.
I would still support her, but I can guarantee you I wouldn't be there.
Life's good being single, Bert.
Are you?
Yep.
On that note, I feel like we can kind of wrap this thing up. You got anything you want to add there, buddy?
I mean, you were going into something earlier before I cut you off and was talking about the substitute for my Canada trip in Cadillac, but...
Well, I feel like we wrapped up the turkey story, right?
Yes.
And how you didn't get one, and how you were so confident going into the season that you were just going to put on a stock out of John's and just make one happen.
Do you want me to do that tomorrow?
Dude, I just want you to kill turkey.
Turkey does taste good. I did need to kill a turkey. I've been busy, and for some reason, I took the gun out of my truck.
Dude, I'm with you on, like, hunting birds in May sucks. It just sucks. It's hot. The bugs are out now. Now you can barely fucking see.
If y'all would just make it legal for me to shoot a turkey with a 350 Legend, I would have had one like 7 times over.
Oh, did you hear the recent Meat Eater podcast? They made a good point because in Wyoming you can hunt them with rifles.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the dude that got shot with a 243 and
died?
Yeah.
Yeah. Reaping?
That's fucked.
Mm-hmm. And it makes sense why that. I mean, when you think about it, like, oh yeah, shit. I mean, you're hunting with a rifle. You can see for 300 yards. This dude's reaping through a field, which you can't do in Michigan anyway.
Oh, that's good to know. Guess I'm not stalking a turkey tomorrow.
You can still stalk them. Just don't. You can't fucking take a fan and put it in front of your weapon.
Okay.
God,
these are things you need to tell me, Bert.
I mean, I thought you knew this. We host a podcast about hunting and fishing.
You know I don't hunt turkeys typically.
That's all right. I forgot about when bass season was.
2 days. 2 days from now.
Right.
Literally 2 days
from now.
You know when frog season is?
Nope.
15 days from now. Before now. So we need to go spear some frogs. May 10th.
I literally got a really good spot. I was actually going to talk to you about that.
Yep, I do too.
I spotted it out. So, anyway.
Frog legs are awesome.
Well, I mean, frog season isn't something I've ever really paid attention to, so I never really...
I didn't either until I almost got in trouble, and I'm like, what the fuck? Bullfrogs are invasive. Why is there a season?
Didn't realize there was one.
Yep, May 10th.
Also, the whole bass thing, like, so I was telling Ron at Connie's, like, caught a bass, you know. Oh, fuck, I was fishing with him. Caught a bass. It was a decent one, and I let it go. And he was like, because he was the one that actually pointed out, because I forgot that it was not season yet. Because typically, I'm fishing for trout right now. Right? Last Saturday in April, trout season opens. That's usually like my gig until like I get tired of it, and then I go to bass or bluegill when they're on the beds, and then bass. Well, never really thought about when the season opened, so I caught it, and he's like, "Hey, gotta let it go," and I'm like, "Oh shit, you're right, I do." So I was definitely gonna throw that in the live well. Mm-hmm.
Good thing Ron was with you. At
I
least
know.
he's on his shit.
I know.
Says the guy that has a hunting and fishing
Right.
podcast.
I was just giving you shit about hosting a hunting and fishing podcast and not knowing the regulations, and that's a perfect example of
So
doing
I
just
feel
that.
like that's more forgivable, not knowing that you can't, reap during turkey season, as opposed to when the fucking season is. It's like, I know what gun you can have, I know what shot you can use, I know the times you can be out.
I'm never fishing for bass that are, I don't catch bass.
Yeah,
now.
I know. Well, that's the thing. I'll take you down the way and we'll get out there. I want to go out tomorrow night. Just clean up some bluegill, and there's some crappie out there too.
Tomorrow night I should be able to. I got a quick paint job and then.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything going on tomorrow night. I mean,
Well, hey, I tell you right now.
one of them's going to the sandbar, and the other one's going to horse farm. And, I don't think I'm the other one I'm obligated to take fishing. I don't think is free on Fridays. She got kid, but I've got too many friends, Bert. Everybody wants to go fishing.
Right, as the boat just goes by.
That ain't a fishing boat.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
That's an old school speedboat.
I say it was ugly.
That's the one that was sitting down the way that I told you I wanted. you know the conversation I'm talking about. Does this make me an asshole if I...
We need to shut this
Yes.
fucking thing off. All right, so I think we're all good. Let me check my notes one more time. Just make sure I didn't forget anything, but I think we're all good.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, we're all good. All right. On that note, we're shutting this shit off. We are done recording. Yeah, that's it.
I hope so, because I got some things to say to you.
Oh, boy. And we got a keg to finish. All right.
Yeah, a keg that's flat.
Talk to you guys next time. And that was a train wreck, but thanks for listening, everybody. So, sounds like my brother might be coming in here next. We're not sure. Everybody's pretty busy right now. Life's pretty crazy, so we'll see what happens. But we'll pump something out here in the next couple weeks, so keep your ears to the ground for that. And in the meantime, to get ready for that 4th of July cookout, look up Ruff's Custom Carpentry on Facebook, or send me a message, or call 269-357-4880. I prefer a text message. And let's get a free estimate going for your deck. You're having everybody over, and you're going to want it to look nice, right? So give me a call. Let's get that thing power washed and stained and looking like brand new. All editing is done by me, Brent Ruff. And all music and artwork is done by the Shane Yoder from PutThemInASong.com and the Root Note podcast. And we will talk to you guys next time. Thanks for listening.